Okay, so now that we've went through everything and we have brainstormed all together, I just want to ask you guys like some questions about the activity that we just did and some of your thinking along the process while we were doing this activity. So, what did you find difficult about this activity?
For me, it was to really, as we were doing it, I really had to think because I probably fit a lot of the signs of stress, and so when we start writing them down, it actually brought attention to me, and I kept going, oh, maybe that's me. Yeah, that's probably me. Oh, maybe that's me. So it just brought it to light. It's reality for me.
Yes.
And even though maybe I've always thought that I've coped well, but after having conversation within my group, and we've chit-chatted back and forth, and we came up with these signs of stress, it really has made me realize that there are some things that I really do need to work on, just to make myself less stressful, just so I can have a healthier life, because we all know stress is not good for you.
Yes.
It's like, to me, I think a saying was, it's like a walking time bomb sort of thing, right? So because it can take control of you and really hinder your lifestyle. So for me, I really need to look after me. So that's what this has done for me.
And that's a great. I'm glad you found that was something that you want to work on, because that's what the whole group's about. It's about finding new ways, and you're really thinking about how you cope. You're really processing, okay, am I coping well or am I not? So it's a great self-reflection on how your self-regulation piece, your managing piece, it all plays in together, and how you're going to move on and deal with the next situation.
Yeah.
What's something that you found really easy about this activity?
I found it really easy to come up with ways to manage it.
Okay.
But I also found that when we were doing the managing the stress, I actually thought to myself, well, if you're a parent and you work every day, and that takes time,
Mm-hmm.
do you allow yourself that time? So it's almost like being selfish within. And
Yes.
it's okay to be selfish, but when you're juggling a household, then it really does play on your stress level, because you know you need to be home at this time to make dinner, you need to be doing this, you need to be doing that.
Yes.
But when you take the time out for you, it kind of pulls away from the family a little bit. So it sounded really good, but it actually caused me a little bit of stress as well, just to think of it. But I also know it's something that's manageable. So when I look at these are all manageable stress relievers. They really are. Like, they don't really take a lot of time.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because my next question for you, how are you going to find more time to bring in the stress strategies into your busy everyday life? Like you said, your home, you're cooking for your kids, you're cleaning. How do you think you would bring that in?
Well, when we got to the part about walking, because we all know that in our everyday life, work life, home life, it does get overwhelming sometimes. But the way I looked at the walking part for being overwhelmed, I thought to myself, well, why not just take your lunch and go for a walk?
Great.
So if you get that 30 minutes or an hour, whatever you're allotted, then you could just take that time and go for a walk, and that would really help you with. So when you come back to work, you're refreshed, and when you're driving home, then that's your time, that's your personal time before you even get home, before you start your next shift, let's say.
And you feel like you've maybe got a little exercise in.
And I thought too, seeking a counselor, to me, is probably, it's beneficial for everybody in life, because we all have something in our life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I thought, especially with me going through the emptiness syndrome, that's something that I think 50 minutes a week or 50 minutes every 2 weeks, that would really benefit me. And I think I just need to be a little bit selfish.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's okay to, especially when you're stressed, you need time. Great, thank you. Now, My last question, which one do you think really sticks out for you? Something that you never thought but you think might be a good strategy to use in the future that you've learned here today?
I think for me it would probably be,
Think of your biggest stress up there.
I'm thinking it probably would be when I get stressed out, I'm the type that I have the loss of appetite, and I don't sleep well. So I actually would put those two together.
Yes.
So for me, and I call myself a little bit of a coffee junkie because I like coffee,
Yeah.
and it keeps me going. But I also know it's not the best for you either. So I think just to maybe reduce some caffeine there, and maybe just set some meal times, whether it's just small portions, and make myself eat, and try to go to bed at the same time every night. Take a nice good book to bed with me, whatever that I can do.
Because your body might not feel like it needs the food right
That's
then
right.
and it needs more caffeine, but
Yeah.
when you get your body on that level
Yeah.
of eating more properly and reducing the caffeine, sometimes caffeine really gets us going
It
in a
does.
stressful way. So that's a great way.
It's a depressant too, right? So
Yes.
because when you come down hard, right? So
Exactly.
yeah, so it all comes together.
Great.
It's like one package up there. So
Well, we're going to move on to one of our final activities,
Okay.
and everyone in the group is going to have a turn to do it. And I will lead the exercise for everyone.
Okay.
Okay?